So here we are again with yet another 21 Pilots theory. This is actually something that's been bothering me for quite some time now, like since Blurry Face, since the Stressed Out music video. That's how long this has been bothering me. Due to the kind of recent information that I've received, or maybe I finally connected the dots, I have somewhat of an answer for you. Now before we dive into it, let me just put this out of the way. This is kind of a fun one. I understand that this one's kind of like out there, but it's kind of the only thing that I know that is an answer to this question. Of course, if something ends up being wrong, take this with a grain of salt. This is just a fun video. I was literally watching Stolen Potential's like review of the Backslide trailer we got, and it just hit me like a truck. It backslid onto me. I was like, I need to make a video. So before I dive into the answer, I want to prompt the question for you. And the question is, why are there two different worlds within 21 Pilots lore? For example, there are some music videos that are obviously within the world, the continent of Trench. You know, the huge concrete walls are obviously Dima. And then you have Trench that's basically just out in the wilderness. And then there's other music videos that kind of don't fall into either place. It kind of just seems like they're in regular life, but then it's like not regular life because Josh has Godzilla powers. Music videos like Stressed Out, like Choker, and now apparently even Backslide pose an interesting question because it's like, where do these take place? Even Chlorine is an interesting music video because it's like, why are there pools and Dima, question mark, Trench, question mark. And like, I understand there's like this whole weird thing of apparently Nico has a car and there's like roads actually within Dima. It's weird. But I was never one to believe that these music videos took place within the actual world. I was like, it's just too strange. It just doesn't fit. Why would there be a toy store and like a convenience store in the middle of Trench and Dima? It just didn't really click with me. And my answer to this is that the whole 21 Pilots storyline is not real. The entire story takes place within Tyler's mind. All of it. Let me explain, because I know that's crazy. Now, let's just start out with why the whole storyline was created in the first place. As we know before, Tyler created this world as a way to control it. All of those things he was feeling in life, he could control through this world. And obviously, longtime fans know that this storyline lines up with a lot of his own life experiences and struggles, such as the bishops representing negative inner demons and the banditos representing the people that are there for you. And I don't know what you're thinking. Yeah, that's just why he created the story. It doesn't mean that the story is fictional in itself. But we have clues now that our beloved character, even within the actual storyline, isn't real. Now, Joshua Dunn, due to a very popular fanfiction I won't get into, has always kind of been rumored to not be real. And due to information coming out recently, I'm starting to believe that that is actually real within this universe. It appears that Josh, or Torchbearer, is something within Clancy's mind. And there are several hints to get to this. I really started thinking about this theory in the Overcompensate music video. Because in the I Am Clancy video, we know that Clancy is the only one besides the bishops who can seize. And if Clancy is seizing people within Dima, how is Josh there? How is Josh getting there if he can't seize? That right then, I was like, okay, he might just be in Clancy's mind. Just because what we know so far is Josh can't seize. He can't be there unless he's physically there, and we know that he isn't because he's with Clancy at the end of the music video. That kind of raised some flags. But looking back at the My Blood music video, I realized that there are some other flags that I possibly missed. If you don't know, in the My Blood music video, it depicts a story of a young boy who comes up with an imaginary friend to deal with his boring life. That sounds a lot like Fight Club, which I've made a video on that in the past. But I think it also might have been foreshadowing. This concept of somebody creating a whole persona to deal with negative feelings, to have a guiding light in bad situations, is something introduced into the 21 Pilots universe, and I think that's what's going on with Clancy and Torchbearer. If you want to go even further, okay, we can go back to even the Heathens music video. Now, I understand, you know, Heathens in itself isn't really connected to the storyline. It was made for Suicide Squad, I understand that, but it still brings up an interesting thing. Because even in this video, Josh isn't real. Come on. Knocking my little doodads down. Rude as hell. So yes, even if the Heathens music video doesn't fit in the lore itself, much like the My Blood music video, it reinforces this idea of a fictional person helping someone through a bad situation. Now for the Heathens music video, Josh was a guardian angel. We could see by the guardian angel symbol on his arm, and also the fact that he kind of appears in light. And once again, it's one of those things where it's like, he can't be there. Like, you can't play drums in prison. Like, you can't, like, physically be there. If we're going with the idea that everything is fake, this might even explain Josh's Godzilla powers, because as we see in the Choker music video, he turns things into toys. Jim Dog is a toy, Trash the Dragon is a toy, and even Tyler is a toy. Now, the toy itself may represent a couple of things. It might just straight up be saying, hey, this is all fake. You know, like a toy being a fake representation of another thing. It might just be straight up telling us, this isn't real. But it also might be Tyler's imagination going wild when he sees these things. Maybe in reality, he just went to a toy store and saw a plastic dog and a toy dragon, and his imagination went wild with all of these ideas of another world where dragons are real. Which, that isn't too far off as to why we have Trash the Dragon. Apparently, the actual reason that we have Trash the Dragon is that Tyler saw a little toy and was like, hey, what if that was bigger? So because Josh has kind of played this guardian angel role before, I don't think that's crazy to say that that is happening within the main storyline. And Tyler himself put something interesting on his Instagram story. There's been such like weird bits of lore that's been confirmed due to one of the boys liking just a random meme. Anyways, check this out. Tyler posted this on his story for all of his fans to see. And it implies that Josh isn't real. I don't think Josh is real. I mean, how could he? He's perfect. Now, we've dealt with Josh not being real, so let's dive into why I think the entire world itself isn't real. As I've mentioned before, this place is supposed to take place in Tyler's mind. Even the whole continent kind of looks like a brain. So the music videos that we see that are kind of in normal life are in real life. But the reason that we see things like Godzilla Powers, the reason that we see things like in that little store and backslide is because that's Tyler's imagination leaking through. Those things aren't real. They're only visible in Tyler's mind. So in my theory, not only is Josh not real, the entire thing isn't real. The only thing that's real is Tyler. Because this is Tyler's story, this is Tyler's journey. So the music videos where we see this in this world completely is when Tyler's imagination completely takes over. Those music videos where it's kind of real life, kind of not, it could just be Tyler just daydreaming about the whole thing, trying to escape into this world where he actually has a control over the things in his life. Another kind of clue that makes me think about this is that everything points back to Tyler. There's not really anybody who exists on their own without being connected to Tyler. Like even Ned. Ned is just a symbol for Tyler's creativity. But what was really interesting to me is Tyler is Tyler, Nico slash Blurryface is also Tyler, and then Clancy is Tyler. Does that mean that Clancy is Blurryface and Blurryface is Clancy, but they're both collectively Tyler and Tyler is both of them? Do you see what I mean? All of these characters connect to Tyler because it's within Tyler's mind. Tyler is playing all of these things because they're in his imagination. This is just one big coping mechanism. So if we want to think things like swimming pools and toy stores and convenience stores exist within the world of Trench, and even roads and cars, the answer to this might be the intermingling of Tyler's imagination and reality. Some bits are the real world, and some parts are Tyler's world. Some music videos are entirely within Tyler's imagination. Some music videos are a little bit more in reality, but there's still little slips of Tyler's mind into this world. And no, Josh isn't real. None of them are real. Not even Ned is real. I said what I said. The only thing real here is Tyler, and at this point, I don't even know. So yeah, there's my fun little theory for you. Quite truthfully, that's the only sort of answer I have to this question and how these things can exist within this storyline. But as always, I'm free to talk about it in the comments. Please share your ideas. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next one.